Hi, it's Dr. Bob, and right now I am at the top of Pikes Peak, so 14,000 feet up here at Pikes Peak in Colorado. It's a unique place because right along where Pikes Peak is, we see the Ute Fault, and on this side, or the Pikes Peak side that we're sitting on, this rock is actually what's called Pikes Peak granite. This Pikes Peak granite is original flood rock, so it actually existed prior to the flood, and it sits at 14,000 feet. On the other side of the fault, the other side of the Ute Pass, we have the Ute Formation, which is actually late and middle flood deposits. So we see flood sediments deposited there. And so we have on one side of the fault, flood original creation rock. On the other side, flood sediment deposits. Now it's interesting because those deposits are 12,000 feet deep, and below them, so 6,000 feet below sea level, you actually have this same Pikes Peak granite. So we know that this experienced a 20,000 foot elevation increase due to this fault and uplift. It's an interesting place because during the flood, this would have all been, of course, under an additional 12,000 feet of sediments. And then after it was lifted and the flood waters began to recede off the land, those flood sediments were stripped off, this part that was uplifted, and left us with this bare granite. So one more example of the flood right in front of us, and sitting side by side we have this creation rock, the original flood rock, and on the other side we have flood sediments, all separated by the Ute Pass. Another example that we'll see is in the Ute Pass, there's some incredible deformations that have occurred, which show us that this collision and this faulting occurred while the sediments were still soft. So before they lithified, these sediments underwent this great stress and strain. And so as a result of the flood, we are able to see both this creation rock, which is lifted up to 14,000 feet now, as well as seeing the incredible forces of the receding waters of the flood that stripped the sediments off of this portion, while we have 12,000 feet of sediments on the other side. So an amazing place to experience the incredible catastrophic forces of the global flood. So another example that it's okay to believe, and the evidence is all around us, that shows that the events of the Bible actually occurred. So again, this is Dr. Bob from Pikes Peak. We'll see you next time.